Hello and welcome to Tina Multimedia. Today I will be going over all the volumes that I was able to purchase in January, and this is also my initial collection. I'm super excited. I've been wanting to collect manga for a long time. I always put it off because I needed the money for other things. My daughter has recently gotten into manga, and that encouraged me to go ahead and start getting the volumes in the series that I've been wanting for so long. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to start with is the Wallflower. I watched this anime many years ago and I absolutely love it. My daughter, I was able to get my daughter to watch with me, and she really enjoyed it. That, of course, it gave me all the reason to get the entire series. So as of right now, I was able to get volumes 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 13, 15, 16, and 21. I'm so excited to start the series. I would probably wait until I get some of these missing volumes at the beginning before I start reading them. I can't wait to get the entire series. Another series that I'm really hoping to get to is Kamisama Kiss. Next, I have a manga that my daughter has fallen in love with. She has already read the first several volumes at the library. When I asked her which volumes did she want me to start with purchasing, it was a little bit later in the series. So I have volumes 12 right now of Komi Can't Communicate. And then 19 and 20. I watched a little bit of the anime for Komi Can't Communicate, but wasn't able to really get into it as much as my daughter was. The next series that I was able to get was Spy Family. I got volumes 1, 2, and 3. Now, this anime I absolutely love. I watch it with my daughter, and I think that's the biggest thing that I've grown to love as she's gotten older, is being able to share my love of anime with her. And the fact that we're able to find series that we're both able to enjoy together has been a true blessing. This next series, the Dawn, Volume 1, I absolutely love this anime, as will probably be the trend from now on. I usually have watched the anime for a lot of these series and love them so much that I want to start collecting the manga now. Of the Dawn, it's a historical romance that the reason I was able to really dig into it was because of the action. There's not just romance, there's political intrigue, there's warriors like Hawk. So there's volumes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 28, 29, 30, and 31. These are a little out of order, mostly because I was able to get these later volumes at a really good deal. Some of these are from Right Stuff. Some of these are from Half Price Books. And that's why you'll sometimes see some of these volumes out of order. I absolutely love this series. Next, I have some older volumes I was able to find at half price at a really good deal for Sayuki. This one is highly recommended on MangaTube, so that's the reason why I started collecting it. I was kind of interested in it, so I was able to get volumes 1, 2, and 3 of the series. I thought the premise was interesting as far as the fighting and the story. So I thought it would be something to kind of get into that was new to me. So I'm excited to find out more about the series. Now these, I have several random volumes that I was able to get at a library book sale. So I have several random volumes. I have the first volume of The Gray Man, which is also another book that is highly recommended on MangaTube. So I thought I would give it a try. Nura, Rise of the Yokai Clan. I actually really enjoyed the anime of this. This is volume 15. I got it for $1. I really wanted to find additional, the continuation of the story past the anime, for the simple fact that the anime just kind of cuts off. Unfortunately, it looks like the same thing happened in the series, but I'm hoping to get a little more into Nura, Rise of the Yokai Clan. Volume 1 of Attack on Titan. Originally, I wasn't going to get this. I'm watching the anime, and it wasn't, even though I really enjoy the anime, it wasn't really something I felt like the need to get the manga, but I found this volume for $1, so I couldn't help it. I was also able to get Death Note, How to Read. Again, I've watched the anime, and this was $1, and I was super curious to find out what additional information is in it. Blue Exorcist, I've watched all the available anime, and I really enjoy it. It kind of, it was funny because when Fire Force came out, it kind of reminded me of Blue Exorcist, the style. But I really enjoyed Blue Exorcist, especially the Kyoga saga, and I wanted to get into the manga and get into the story. These are volumes that I got for $1. The Sword Art Online Girls Ops Volumes 5 and Sword Art Online Mother's Rosary Volume 2. I love Sword Art Online. I wasn't really interested in getting these particular volumes, but these again were $1, so I couldn't pass up a deal. And we'll see if I will continue to collect it. If anything, it would be definitely on the back burner. It's something to look into later on. This volume is really hyped right now, No Guns Life. I have volume 8 because I was able to get it for a deal at Half Price Books. I really enjoy the cover, the colors, and I'm really interested to get into the story. I have not had a chance to watch the anime. If you have, let me know if you enjoyed it. The next volume I have is Land of the Rising Dead, a Tokyo Schoolgirl's Guide to Surviving the Zombie Apocalypse. I got this really cheap at Half Price Books and thought it was interesting and thought I'd check it out. It has some comics and then some fundamental information on how you would actually survive in the zombie apocalypse. At first, I was thinking about selling it because of buyer's remorse, but my daughter apparently came and looked at some of these comics and said she enjoyed it and that she wanted to keep the volume. So for now, we're keeping it, and it's all ages, and we'll see if I ever get around to reading it. Now this, Man Wonderland, I was extremely excited about purchasing this. The fact that it's being reprinted and everything, I was really excited because in the past, when I watched the anime originally and it ended so abruptly, I really wanted to find out what the conclusion of the story was, and I didn't and I wanted to actually read the manga at that point. But at that time, when I was looking online and trying to find out the prices for the manga, it was just way too expensive at that time, especially for myself. So now I'm really excited to start collecting it. I was able to get volumes 1 and 2 this for the month of January. And The Way of the House Husband, Volume 1. This was exciting to get. I was able to find it a great deal. Me and my daughter watched this anime on Netflix, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. We think it's hilarious. And so I went ahead and I found a great deal for volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, all for about $45. And I thought that was a great deal and decided to pick them all up. The next volumes that I was able to get is Dora Dora Volume 1. Very hyped on MangaTube, and so I was definitely influenced by MangaTube to purchase this. It seemed like an interesting premise. I hadn't heard of it before. The art looks really interesting, and so I can't wait to get into this and find out some more about this Dora Dora. And then, of course, I had to. Mob Psycho 100. Me and my daughter also watched this together. And if you notice, a lot of these volumes I got in order to be able to share with my daughter. Not all of them, but a good portion of it, so we can be able to enjoy it and read together. Mob Psycho 100. Absolutely love this series. I love this anime. I have not read the manga, so I wanted to pick up the first volume and get started in reading it. The one thing that's super interesting is just the quality of the drawings is very interesting. At the same time, it's just very mob, if that makes sense. Can't wait to get into that. Kamisama Kiss, Volume 1. This is another one that I was super excited to watch with my daughter. It's an absolute classic. I absolutely love the anime. I've watched it so many times over the years. And so I'm really excited that they are reprinting this. And I can't wait to get all the volumes. And then one that I was recommended, I saw a recommendation online from one of the manga tubers I watch, was Yasuba. I got volume 1. This would be an excellent book for my daughter to read. It's all ages and for us to share together. It looks absolutely adorable. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but about a little girl. And from what I heard, she was adopted by a man and they move, and it's about her little adventures, her meeting new friends, all the activities and things that she does. So this little girl looks absolutely adorable, and I can't wait to get the rest of the series. Another influenced purchase was Kaiju number 8. Now that several volumes have come out, it's interesting to see now at people are kind of going back on what their original impression was of this series. Everybody seemed to be really hyped about it. And now that they've read the next couple of issues, or volumes rather, it seems that not as impressed with it as they initially were. It seemed like an interesting premise to me, and I wanted to get into it. I like things that have a lot of action. I thought it was interesting about the Kaiju being involved in it, and I wanted to see more about it. So I guess at this point, now that I have volume 1, I do want to go ahead and try to get volumes 2 and 3 to at least give it a good shot to see if I actually like it myself. And last but not least, I have these random volumes. I have Demon Slayer, Stories of Water and Flame. This is a side story from what I understand. I was able to find it again for $1. So I felt super inclined to get it. I'm waiting on actually getting the Demon Slayer. I want to get the box set and kind of go from there. And I'm watching the whole series. So I'm kind of just waiting on reading the manga for now. I also got Berserk volumes 41. I thought it would be good to actually have the last volume that Kentaro Miura actually did himself. I am going to collect the deluxe versions. I feel like they're just nicer, bigger, but it's going to take a long time for me to be able to afford to buy each volumes because they're pretty expensive. But I thought this was important to at least get this one just to see where it ended. My condolences and prayers for his family. I was also able to find this at the library sales, Blade of the Immortal. I have volumes 1, 13, and 14. Classic series. I really enjoy samurais. I have not read any of these volumes yet, but I wanted to go ahead and start the collection because I figured that this is more than likely something that I will enjoy. If not, I know that my brother would. Another influenced by Golden Kamuy. The premise sounded really interesting, that it had action, comedy, so it definitely seemed right up my alley. That's the type of anime I love. Pretty sure that this is something that I will enjoy, or hopefully, and get into. Now this, Solo Leveling Volumes 1 and Volumes 2. Now this I got because since the panorama, I've been really into manhwas online and web novels. And this is one that actually I missed. And by the time I was really getting into manhwas, this was into chapters 900, 1000. And I was a little too overwhelmed to read it at the time. I had it pinned to read, but I kept on procrastinating on actually starting it. So when I found out that it was being printed, considering how hyped it was, or is rather, I felt like, hey, let me go ahead and get it if I find it at good deals, which I did. I found these 2 volumes. I got them off Amazon for $9.99 each. So it was like 50% off. So I was really excited about that. So I wanted to go ahead and get started on these volumes. Another manhwa I wanted to check out, probably due to the hype, is The Breaker. It sounded like it was right down my alley again, with martial arts, overcoming your limits. It just sounded like something that I would be interested in. So I went ahead and picked up volumes 1 and volumes 2 of The Breaker. Since I was able to find it at a good deal, I found it for $9.99 each, so the 50% off, and I couldn't pass that up. I was also influenced to get JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This is actually an anime that I just recently started getting into, and I really thought these books were nice. I liked that they were hardcover, so I wanted to go, and I was able to get it at a deal from Barnes & Noble during one of the winter sales. So I went ahead and got the first volume of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Phantom Blood. I was also at the Barnes & Noble still able to get Soul Eater Volumes 1, the Perfect Edition. I thoroughly enjoyed the anime. I don't know if that's controversial or not. Maybe not 100% behind the ending, but I really love this anime. Again, this is a series that I'm probably going to share with my daughter, see if she would be interested in watching it with me, and of course reading it. But I had to get the Perfect Edition. Next, we have Parasite, another anime that I have thoroughly enjoyed. I have the Full Color Collection Volume 1. And I'm excited to get into this one. The full color looks amazing. And since I haven't watched the anime in years, it's going to be great to kind of get back into the story another way by reading the manga. Super excited about that. And last, but of course not least, Berserk, the Deluxe Edition, Volume 1. I've decided to keep it wrapped for now until I get the second volume. And when I get the second volume, then I want to start reading it. The thing that goes with manga is that I'm actually a binger. So when it comes to anime, most of my media. So when it comes to anime, reading, if there's a series, then I want a significant portion of it, at least, if not all of it, to get started. Because once I start it, I want to binge all the way through it. Right, so yes, tell me if any of you are bingers like myself. So I know that I'm not out here alone.
Ooh, she says she want a back blow now.